My name's Max and welcome to FX Axe, where we cut through the trees of FX platform analysis so you can see the wood. Every broker we review gets chopped down across the same 5 pillars, so you can compare them side by side without getting lost in the financial forest. Want to skip ahead? We'll check the timestamps. And if there's a platform or topic you want us to clear next, chop, like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Roll the intro. So today we're reviewing FP Markets. Given this is an Australian brokerage, I was expecting a more casual, urbane, rough around the edges sort of website. The digital equivalent of rocking up to a farmyard ute with an esky in the back. But instead, look at it. Clean, professional, informative. It looks more Rolls-Royce than rusty Hilux. In fact, in the presence of such an executive-looking website, it feels almost inappropriate for me to wheel out my much-famed Australian accent. Or indeed make references to babies being stolen by dingoes. Bloody bet I will be. So let's get into FP Markets. Officially, First Prudential Markets, and to see whether it's all shine or whether there's some substance under the bonnet. So as ever, let's start with safety and regulation. My first personal run-in with FP Markets was back in 2018. I was looking for a broker that blended competitive trading conditions with proper regulatory oversight. FP stood out then, and honestly, they've carried that through pretty consistently ever since. They're licensed by ASIC in Australia, CySec in Cyprus, with MiFID II protections, FSCA in South Africa, the FSA in the Seychelles, CMA in Kenya, plus a registered entity in SVG. That mix gives you the best of both worlds. ASIC and CySec for credibility and investor protection, and offshore arms for leverage up to 1 to 500. Our verdict is a sturdy shield wall of regulation, and in my dealings, no compliance red flags. 8 out of 10. So let's look at the account opening in the dashboard. Now I'll be straight, the account opening isn't the slickest I've ever used. The fonts clash, the portal feels a bit Microsoft 2002. It's not winning any design awards, but in a way, I do quite like it. Why? Because it's function over form. You get a one-stop shop setup. Create your account, choose preferences, and configure all in one go. If you're experienced and know what you want, that's efficient. Verification is smooth enough. I even hopped on live chat to fast-track my documents. The bot initially told me it may take up to a business day, but I got the green tick within hours. And here's the thing. Once you're through, the dashboard feels like a breath of fresh air. Not cutting-edge Apple slick, but more like moving from Windows 98 to Windows XP. Still a bit old school, but suddenly everything's smoother, cleaner, and easier to find. Deposits, account settings, and downloads. There's no pop-ups, no labyrinth of tabs. Just simple and accessible. For me, that's a trade-off worth making. Our verdict? Functional, slightly clunky at the front door, but once inside, it's reliable. 7 out of 10. So let's look at deposits and withdrawals. Funding is straightforward and actually one of their strong points. Available methods include credit or debit cards, bank transfer, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Skrill, cryptos, and I particularly like the Apple Pay, Google Pay option. If you're like me and impatient to get started, they are instant. Card payments were also quick, worst case maybe about 30 minutes. Bank transfers, as usual, take a couple of days. My favourite option, as you know, is crypto deposits. Safe, secure, modern, and you've got plenty of token choices. Withdrawals are solid too, transparent and processed within 24 hours in my experience, and no mystery fees. Of course, your bank might still have a nibble, but FP keep themselves pretty clean. And yes, unlike the other infamous Outback story, your money doesn't mysteriously disappear. There's no dingo stealing this baby. Fast, varied, and reliable. 9 out of 10. So on to fees and transparency. There are 2 main accounts. You've got the raw accounts and spreads from 0 pips to $3 commission per side. Standard account spreads from about 1 pip, no commission. Examples from my testing, GP to USD was about 0.8 pips on raw and about 1.9 standard. Euro to USD, 0.8 to 1 pips. There's no inactivity fee and no admin nonsense. The only costs you'll hit are swaps on overnight positions and currency conversion. Straightforward, nothing hidden behind the gum trees. Our verdict, tight, transparent and competitive. 8 out of 10. So the platform and asset range. Well, this is where FP Markets really flexes. They don't just give you MT4 and MT5 and call it a day. They also have CTrader with a slick interface and sharp execution, TradingView, a recent and very welcome addition, Iris for the share traders with about 10,000 plus stock CFDs, and the extras, auto charters, trading central signals, VPS hosting for algos, trader toolbox, economic calendar and charting tools. Assets, pretty much everything. 70 plus FX pairs, commodities, and not just gold and oil, but cotton, sugar, and Brent. Indices, crypto, it's got 10,000 plus stocks via iris. Our verdict, this is one of the most complete broker toolkits I've ever reviewed. Bloody bonza, mate. 9 out of 10. So research and education. I'm a sucker for good research, and FP Markets delivers within their Traders Hub. Daily market analysis, central bank updates, crypto coverage, support and resistance zones. Add to that auto chart with some Trading Central, and you've got a strong set of trading signals. Their academy's got articles, videos, webinars, ebooks, though I will say some of it feels a little dusty. The podcast, for example, hasn't been touched in 2022. Our verdict, it's a strong offering, just in need of a refresh. 8 out of 10. How about the customer service? Well, this is a highlight. Support's available 24/7 on live chat, email, phone, and even on social. In my test, live chat connected me to a human in under a minute. The bot does the initial routing, then you're just through to a real person. A rarity these days. Phone support's also there, plus a callback option. Trustpilot, it's 4.9 out of 5 from nearly 9,000 reviews. That speaks volumes. Our verdict, friendly, fast, and professional. 9 out of 10. So let's look at the USPs. We've got multiple platforms under one roof. FP Markets don't just stick you with MT4 and MT5 like most brokers. They've got MetaTrader, CTrader, TradingView, and even Iris for stock CFDs. So whether you're scalping FX, running algos, or trading equities, there's a platform that fits. Crypto deposits and funding options, which unlike a lot of traditional brokers, FP lets you deposit via major cryptocurrencies and even Binance Pay. It's a modern, flexible option that makes funding fast and convenient. You've got access to over 10,000 stock CFDs. Through the Iris platform, you can trade a vast range of global shares, far more than the industry norm. This makes FP Markets stand out as a proper hybrid between a Forex broker and a full equity trading provider. Their Trustpilot reputation is very hard to beat. With a 4.9 out of 5 score from nearly 9,000 reviews, FP Markets has got one of the best reputations in the industry. That says a lot about consistency and client satisfaction over time. They've got a balanced regulation structure. You get the peace of mind of ASIC and SISEC regulation if you want strict oversight, or the flexibility of offshore options if you prefer high leverage and fewer restrictions. Our verdict, a strong combination of tools, funding options, market access and global trust makes FP Markets stand out from the pack. 8 out of 10. Our overall FXAC score, 8.3 out of 10. FP Markets is the polished Aussie mate who turns up to the barbecue in a press shirt carrying a bottle of Penfolds instead of a six-pack. At first glance, the account opening is a little old school and clunky, but once you're inside, the broker shines. Tight spreads, huge asset range, multiple platforms, including TradingView, and great funding options, crypto included, and customer service that actually answers quickly. The research is solid, the education extensive, and the regulation reassuring. It's not flashy, but it's reliable, transparent, and global. For traders who want a no-nonsense, well-regulated broker with modern touches, FP Markets is a strong choice. So that's FP Markets. Solid spreads, good platforms, and your money safe from dingoes. And hey, if you want to give FP Markets a go, why not sign up through our link in the description? You don't lose out, and we receive a small kickback so we can continue helping you to navigate the financial forest. From FXAX, I'm Max. See you at the sharp end.